Hello, trading is closed on the 14th of December 2020. The routine is we do our disclaimer first and go over our calls and make our predictions. It's my plan for December 15th, 2020. If we gap smartly in the undesired direction, calls kill before the open. If you're going to risk your own money, just remember there's no guarantee I'm right. I can be wrong. And my email address is mejt.trades@gmail.com. Look for the pattern with the early high. There it is. Tomorrow has the early low. We get to cross our December 9th target, 36.8641 off the list. We had a target for today of 36.4772. We said if we gapped up smartly, which was one of the two options we discussed, that the number would remain on the table, but we didn't predict the time. Well, that doesn't mean it wouldn't print today, and it did print today, and it pretty much defined the low and the close. There's support under the target, so that's off the list. And if we actually went on the list, since this is in this preferred time frame, and we closed at a support level, that doesn't mean that support has to hold, but at least you've hit your target. This target, 36.4321, that's an optional target. Doesn't have to print. If it doesn't print by tomorrow, I'm just going to forget about it, because usually if these optional ones don't print pretty fast, it doesn't pay to keep track of them. There are different kinds of optional target. That kind I don't keep track of. Now here's what we said. Thought we should be near a low. These signs of being near a low are still present. Some reversals have taken place. And don't forget Friday's low held. In fact, a lot of lows held. We'll come back to that in just a minute. During the day we got an ultimate sell signal right at the top. It worked. But just remember, the signal doesn't have to work immediately and doesn't have to give as much of a decline as it did. It just would probably talk you out of a long, and it certainly worked, but it's limited in what it accomplishes. We also got an ultimate sell signal in the afternoon. We rallied first, which didn't happen here. The MeJT said it was false, the price would retrace, and they certainly did. Well, here's our glorious triangle, and the closer you get to the apex, the less significance I attach to it. As far as I'm concerned, this is a long-standing trend line. We drop to it, but not through it. And usually when that happens, either you gap under the trend line, or the trend line wins. Here's our count. You'll notice today's close was over all these lows. So we had this big decline. It didn't really accomplish anything. We had signs of a low on Friday, and so far at least, we've dropped to support, but not through it. We have trendline support, MeJT support, and these lows have held. I think they'll break at some point. But if they're going to break tomorrow and stay broken, you really have to gap under today's low and ideally under this one. Otherwise, we should be making an ABC up here at least. And if we don't break through this early, I think we'll go up tomorrow. Whether or not we break through it early, I don't tend to predict that kind of stuff. I don't really know. All right, tomorrow's pattern has really low. You could gap up. Typically, it's a rally day with a final hour high, but if there's early weakness, it leads to more weakness in the future, even if the rest of the day rallies. Today's all-day drop stopped to the support level, closed over prior lows and trendline support. If this decline is going to continue, ideally, we should gap under today's low, and if we don't, I think we'll see higher prices. doesn't really guarantee a higher close. But if we can start up tomorrow, I think that's the most likely outcome. And that's today's call.